What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Saturday the 11th of January. We have confirmed to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. And finally, in the comment section below, I've asked this a fair amount of times now, but what team do you support? Right then, let's get started, and first up today we have got a transfer in the MLS. The player is going to be Kubo, and he has joined FC Cincinnati as a designated player. He's joining from Belgian side KAA Ghent, and the fee is currently undisclosed. Bordeaux have signed Remy Udin from Stade Rennes, and the reported fee is in the region of €10 million, and he signed a long-term contract. A couple of transfers now for Napoli, and it looks like they will be confirmed very soon, if not already. The first player is Diego Dema. He's on the verge of completing a €12 million move from RB Leipzig, and he's had pictures arriving for his medical in Naples. And the reliable Fabrizio Romano has confirmed this, saying, "Here we go, a total agreement has been reached." He also confirmed the net signing, which is Stanislav Lobotka going to Napoli from Celta Vigo, and this deal is €20 million plus €4 million in additional fees. Lobotka has been linked to a fair amount of teams in the last year and a half, the likes of West Ham United in the Premier League and Paris Saint-Germain in Ligue 1. And now moving on, Patrick Cutrone is in Florence to complete his move to Fiorentina. The striker has agreed a loan move until the end of the season with a view to a permanent deal, and the overall deal itself will be worth around £16 million, and this is according to Sky Sports Italia. He's only been playing for Wolves for about 6 months after making the switch from AC Milan, but it didn't really work out for him, lack of game time, and he didn't really impress too much when he got the minutes on the pitch. A transfer saga which has been pretty hard to keep up with because the amount of teams interested and the amount of reports coming from Sky Sports News, and this player is going to be Jedson Fernandez. So Sky Sports yet again are saying West Ham have agreed a deal in principle, that's to sign the Benfica midfielder. It's supposed to be an 18-month loan deal, but there will not be an option to buy or any type of obligation to buy. And this is despite us saying a couple days ago that West Ham were willing to pay, I think, £34 million as an option to buy, and just yesterday Chelsea were apparently interested. That was a £55 million option. So I'm not sure whether Sky Sports themselves really know, but it does look like Fernandez will be coming to the Premier League fairly soon. Foot Mercato report that 33-year-old Dutch international Ryan Babel has agreed personal terms with former side Ajax. It'll be a transfer away from Galatasaray, and it's expected to be a short-term deal until the end of the season, and he was linked to Newcastle United a couple days ago. Another transfer story that has been taking a few turns here and there is Ashley Young and his supposed move to Inter Milan. I mentioned yesterday how it looked like he was going to join Inter, whether that's the summer transfer window on a free or during this current transfer window for a very small fee. And then I mentioned how he was offered a 1-year contract extension by Manchester United to stay, but it looks like he has turned that extension down and he will be joining Inter. Next up, we have got a player you may recognise from an old FIFA, and that is going to be Emery Moore. He was dubbed as a massive wonder kid about 3 or 4 years ago, but it never really worked out for him at Borussia Dortmund. And according to a journalist who again works for Sky Sports, he is saying that Brentford are interested in signing the Celta Vigo forward. He's currently on loan with Galatasaray from Celta Vigo, and they could cut that loan deal short. And now moving on, ESPN are saying Hertha Berlin midfielder Andre Duda, he's on the verge of joining Norwich City on a loan deal until the end of the season. The 25-year-old is eager to undertake a new challenge away from the German club, but the Canaries will not have the option to buy him outright at the end of the deal. Newcastle have submitted an offer to Club Brugge for attacker Emmanuel Dennis, according to Eurosport France. They haven't mentioned how much it would cost, but when he was linked to Leicester City about 3 weeks ago, that reported fee was about 20 to 30 million. Steve Bruce has said he's looking to bring some attackers in, and alongside Dennis, it looks like they will be getting Lookman from RB Leipzig, and that'll be a loan and an option to buy at the end of the year. Borussia Dortmund have joined the list of clubs who are interested and keen to sign Norwich right-back Max Aarons, according to Sky Germany. The reported fee for him is over £30 million, and Tottenham are apparently very interested, but quite possibly he could see the success of other English talents going to the Bundesliga, and especially Sancho going to Borussia Dortmund, and he might be interested to try and get that type of development himself. The Times are suggesting that Tottenham are considering Youssef Attal, who is a player I love on FIFA Ultimate Team, Max Aarons as I mentioned before, and Nathan Ferguson as potential right-back signings. It does seem they're definitely in the market for a right-back because Kyle Walker-Peters is looking to go out on loan, and they haven't really got too much cover for Serge Aurier. And this isn't the last right-back linked to Tottenham, by the way, because another story features a bit later on. And now we move on to a story saying that West Ham boss David Moyes wants to sign Belgian midfielder Marouane Fellaini, who is now 32, for a third time in his career. He initially bought into Everton probably about 10 years ago now, and then signed him for Manchester United, and now he wants to bring him to the London club. He currently plays for Shandong Luneng in the Chinese Super League, and because of the wage cap coming into play for players like him, he may consider a return back to Europe probably sooner than expected. Lyon are interested in signing Red Bull Salzburg forward Hwang Hee-chan, according to L'Equipe. Hwang is being considered as an alternative to Villarreal striker Karl Toko Ekambi, who is thought to be their #1 attacking target. Villarreal have turned them down twice now for the player, and they're still hoping for a fee of what they paid, around €20 million. And as for Hwang, I mentioned before he impressed me so much when playing against Liverpool, and he was linked to Wolves for about £20 million, but that went a bit quiet last week. And Foot Mercato are saying that Villarreal have knocked back Lyon for a second time and for a second player. This time Lyon are trying to sign Samuel Chukwueze. The Liga outfit, currently in the midst of an injury crisis, they already failed once with a Villarreal player, as I mentioned just a second ago, for Toko Ekambi. Because the likes of Depay are injured and Rennie Adelaide, it means they're definitely in the market for new attackers, and so far their attempts haven't been too successful. Feyenoord could attempt to sign Zenit striker Alexander Kokorin on a 6-month loan deal, and this story is from Sport Express. The 28-year-old former Russian international signed a contract at Zenit until the end of the season. That's after being released from prison for assault. Now, I'm not too sure if he'd be re-added to FIFA Ultimate Team because of that sole reason. If a transfer does go ahead, we'll have to wait and see. And next up, Fabrizio Romano and Gianluca Di Marzio, they're saying Olivier Giroud has agreed a 2.5-year deal, or a provisional deal, with Inter Milan. Chelsea want a fee in the region of €8 to €10 million in order to sell the striker, but so far Inter are offering about €4 million. And this next rumour I kind of alluded to a couple of minutes ago, and that is another right back linked to Tottenham. This time it's Barcelona's Nelson Semedo. This story comes from the Daily Mirror, and they say the North Londoners are yet to fill the gap left on the right by Kieran Trippier, and they're keen for a move for a new player in the current window, and Semedo might be available. The reason for this is because Barca could pursue their interest for young Betis star Emerson, who I thought was supposed to go to Barca in 2020 anyway. And that'd be a pretty interesting one for FIFA Ultimate Team, because Semedo, of course, a fantastic player on foot this year, and if he got a second in form playing for Tottenham at right back, it would change a lot of teams. Inter Milan have made a move for in-demand Sandro Tonali, and this article is from Gazzetta dello Sport. The Brescia midfielder is currently considered one of the hottest talents right now in the Serie A, and Juventus are also chasing his signature. He was linked to Paris Saint-Germain for a massive fee last month in December, but nothing so far has materialised, and Inter Milan are looking to do a lot of business. And next up, The Guardian are saying that Tottenham will look to sign Christoph Piontek from AC Milan, and that's after Harry Kane was ruled out until April, which means he's missing pretty much most of the season. The 24-year-old striker scored 30 goals in all competitions between Genoa and AC Milan last season, but so far this term has added just 4 goals to his name. The rumours are suggesting that Tottenham have agreed a deal for £28 million, but Sky suggests that talks are ongoing between the club and player, but as of right now, no formal offer has been made. And Gianluca Di Marzio, he is saying AC Milan have turned down a loan offer from Tottenham, so it looks like he will be leaving the San Siro, and he's got a lot of options on the table. Christian Eriksen's agent is in Milan to meet the directors of Inter. They'll discuss a pre-contract agreement for the summer where he's expected to join on a free transfer. This story is from Sky Italia and it pretty much suggests that he won't be going anywhere this January, so Tottenham won't be getting a fee. Other outlets are saying that he could be available for just 20 million euros, so maybe if Inter do want to bring a creative player in and other targets aren't really available, they might go ahead and proceed with a deal a bit earlier. Manchester City are in pole position for Lyon midfielder Houssam AOUAR, and this story is from Calcio Mercato. Juventus have also entered the race, and Lyon rejected an offer of about 45 million euros last summer, and his price tag is set to rise even further than that. And next story from Sport Witness is very short, but they say Manchester City are eager to sign Merih Demiral from Juventus, and they're ready to offer 45 million euros to complete the deal. They would face a lot of competition, also from Leicester City, who seem to be willing to pay the same amount, but Juventus don't really want to sell him. Instead, they're looking to move Rugani on. Edinson Cavani is still expected to go to Atletico Madrid, but El Chiringuito do say that Arsenal have put an offer on the table for the Uruguayan. He will be a free transfer in the summer transfer window, so maybe Arsenal are looking to get a bit of a bargain, but if they are waiting, he'll probably end up going to La Liga instead. Barcelona have made RB Leipzig defender Upamecano their top priority in the January transfer window, and this according to Sport. Upamecano, who is 21 years old, has been in fine form for the Bundesliga club, and Barca may battle Arsenal for his signature, and the player is valued at 53 million euros. If he was to make the transfer, it probably means the end for Todibo at the Nou Camp, and maybe even Samuel Umtiti. A brief one from Goal.com yesterday is saying that Tottenham have in recent hours made an approach for Lyon striker Moussa Dembele. Lyon rejected a 40 million euro offer from Chelsea very recently, and the Stamford Bridge side are still very much interested in signing him. But Tottenham, because of the Harry Kane situation, they might have to bring a striker in. Manchester United are interested in signing Napoli midfielder Fabian Ruiz. According to Calcio Napoli 24, Barca and Real Madrid are also chasing the 23-year-old, who is currently valued at around £18 million or 100 million euros. Other outlets are saying he will be going to Real Madrid and that's the most likely destination, but for Man United, they're in the market for a new central midfielder, and Fabian Ruiz is just another name on that massive list so far. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.